The Story of the Stones. Imagine the first light in the morning, before the sun has risen. Sitting on the hill above the valley is a traveller who has been waiting through the night for a new dawn. Previous to this day, he had been a happy man, with a lovely family, a good career, and a seemingly happy future. But in his growing awareness of the ways of the world around him, he became depressed and sunk into a dark, lonely place within himself. But in the depths of that darkness, a light woke up inside his heart, and it was this light that brought him as a traveller on the road. As the sun appeared on the horizon, he descended into the valley and followed the river, seeking to travel far away from the civilized world he had left behind. At midday, he came to a woodland and entered in to find a place to rest. At the centre he found an ancient tree to sit against, closed his eyes and went to sleep. In his dream the tree appeared, saying, "I am the spirit of trees. A long time ago we covered this land. A little people, a fairy people as you call them, lived under us, and with their songs and dances they wove the magic of the land together, so that all the kingdoms were abundant. But then men came along and cut down the trees, so the little people had nowhere to live, and now the fabric of the land is disintegrating." Then the traveller woke up from his dream, and there before him, forming out of the leaves and fauna of the forest, was a figure of an ancient woman. Her beauty was complete, but her gown had holes and was fading. She was totally focused on him, and he heard the words, "What will you do?" Then she was gone. The traveller did not understand or know what to do, but the experience inspired him, and the light that was inside grew brighter. He went back to the river and continued the journey. In the late afternoon he noticed some carvings on the stone on the other side of the river. There were spirals and different glimpses that reminded him of a time long past. Then he noticed a figure of a man crouched over, intent on some task. So desiring company, he found a way along a fallen log to cross the river and approach the stranger. The stranger turned and bade him with his eyes to sit down. Once he was seated, he could see what the stranger was doing. He had a fish suspended on sticks above a pile of stones, and with this intent he was cooking it with the stones. And when the meal was ready, the stranger shared it with the traveller, and when they had finished eating, the stranger went over to the stones and placed them around himself. The light of the day was fading, and the moon was shining in the sky. The stranger chanted this song. Hey, 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 oh, yeah, hey, 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 oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Well, when the traveller looked up, the stranger was transformed in front of him. He had rainbows flowing in his hair and starlight shining from his eyes. He said to the traveller, "Follow me," and he led him away from the river to the top of the hill where there was a stone circle. The traveller remained on the edge where a stone was missing, while the stranger went into the centre and introduced himself. "My name is Avarice, and a long time ago my people lived on this earth. We were a happy, proud people, for we knew of our origin among the stars and enjoyed a personal relationship with our Creator. We knew where we came from, why we were here, and where we were going to. But we knew that there would come a time when a people would not know where they came from, why they were here, or where they were going to, and there would be much suffering, war, and confusion as a result. So in preparation for these times, we gathered our knowledge and built these monuments and networks of stone, and through sound and movement we imbued them with our wisdom, so that when humanity's heart has become like a stone, the secrets will wake up inside them, and reuniting with their omnipresent spirits, they will know where they came from, what they were doing here, and where we are going to." The traveller looked around the circle and saw the images of his family and friends in the circle, and felt a oneness come into his heart. He woke up in the morning beside the river. Had it all been a dream? Was he just imagining things? He did not care, for the light within him was burning bright now, and he went back to his family and friends to tell them of his experiences. But they thought him mad and sent him away. This time he went into the mountains to find a cave to go into, and in the depths of the darkness he waited for his death. Then 3 women figures appeared in front of him. The first was in white. She was young and innocent. She said to him, "I am your creativity and your beauty. If you let me be free, so shall you be free." The second was in red and had a child in her arms. She said to him, "I am your nurturing and your love. If you let me be free, so shall you be free." And the third was black and old. She said to him, "I am your death and all your wisdom. If you let me be free, so shall you be free." Then the 3 figures merged into one, and he beheld a vision of his perfect love. The 2 embraced, and his whole body became as one flame, full of love and universal light. The traveller was transformed now. When he went back to his family and friends, they were aware of his transfiguration. They looked into his eyes and experienced a moment of non-time, connecting with their own inborn spirits. Their hearts opened, and a deep sense of purpose and knowing sustained them. And as they integrated their egos with the inner fire, their minds were illuminated by the guiding light of Creator, and they awoke knowing who they were, why they were here, and where they were going to. They were now fully human, awakened to universal consciousness and the purpose of their earth journey from the stars. Their sovereign nature was restored, and they set out to awaken the fire in the hearts of their fellows and assist humanity in its imminent birth into universal awareness and unconditional love. Happy solstice, and may the inner light return to guide your path.